Hello, hello, good morning. Hi, this is Jeff Drummer, president of the United Leadership Alliance. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:35 to be exact. And I just wanted to make this video to hopefully introduce the organization to many and hopefully give you a reason to want to join the organization and what we're doing. The organization is a movement. Just so that everyone knows, we establish and set movements and launch them so that they can make change in the community. We expect systemic change through our movements to take place. The same way that many positive and negative movements affected the globe, and now they've set trends that cover the entire globe. Well, we expect the movements that we incorporate and that we launch to do the exact same thing. There are some positive things going on in the community, and there are some negative things that's going on that's holding us back. But we're going to work together in an alliance with other like-minded people so that we can make the necessary changes and impact the world in a positive way. I'm going to start by just reading the mission of the ULA. If you can identify with our mission, hey, why don't you get in contact with us and join our effort, because we're definitely making changes. The world is becoming a better place in our space. Our children are becoming prosperous. Our families that we're training, we're prospering. Economically, socially, the whole nine, so, and definitely spiritually. So join us if you can identify with our mission. Okay, the ULA mission. The mission of the United Leadership Alliance is to empower people to help themselves acquire and maintain good health and financial prosperity. Then we want to establish self-reliant communities whose citizens value themselves and others, who are charitable, honor high moral codes, and are driven to reach their highest human potential for the purposes of community management and leadership. Leadership. In everything that we do, we are responsible for setting the tone for what's culturally acceptable in our community. And that begins with creating people who think like leaders, creating people who think that they can and will succeed. That's the bottom line. We're creating social movements that set the tone for our community. Having said that, allow me to introduce some of the programs, not all, but some of the programs that the ULA has established to make those necessary changes that's going to help our community become amongst the top communities in the world. Now, we're setting the tone for what's culturally acceptable in our community. And that means that we're going to establish healthy people who are educated, and we're going to develop a prosperous community where people are accountable. We have systems of account that holds people to account. Fathers will take care of themselves. They will take care of their children. Children will become educated. They will be respectful. Mothers will be everything that they've been called to be by God, which is so many great things. Just people are going to be in order. Now, having said that, let me give you a few of the services that we provide in the ULA. And remember, if you identify with our mission and you believe that systemic change can and will happen, join the ULA. All right, these are some of the things that we offer. We offer extended day programs, youth sports camps. We offer mentoring programs. We have a matrix training program where we train parents, teachers, staffs, and students in our curriculum called the Matrix Project, so that they are prosperous everywhere that they exist. We have sports tournaments. We have school-based training programs. Again, like I said, we train administration, teachers, and staffs on how to actually educate millennials and Generation X and everybody else that wants to be prosperous. Okay? We have athletic training programs. We have health and fitness programs. We have cultural programs where we do cultural festivals and things like that to, like I said, we're setting the tone for culture. So how can you do that without actually having cultural programs? And culture just is defined by your visual artifacts, your espoused values, your written laws and your documents, your beliefs on that unwritten beliefs. So that's culture. That's how we're resetting the tone for what's acceptable in our community in healthy ways. We have leadership training programs. We have student and parent development programs. We have a membership. If you partner with the ULA, you're joining an organization that's really going places, changing the world. We invite you to it. We have after-school enrichment programs. Regularly, we take our children on field trips. We're exposing them to different parts of the world, the voting process, politics, everything that they need to understand the world in which they live in. We have tutorial services. And last but not least, we're a community center that's a multi-purpose center where we lease our facility for parties, different events. You can rent our facility. It's a 10,000 square foot facility that will, I believe, be the mecca for our community. We no longer have to beg schools and other sectors for the usage of their facilities because we have our very own. Now, having said that, let me introduce our 6 pillars to you. You got it? Let me slow down a little bit. Let me introduce our 6 pillars to you that is going to sustain our community. Is it going to sustain our community? I've been a part of great organizations, very good organizations. I've been a part of some pretty good schools. I've met some pretty good people in my travels. For me, at the end of the day, I didn't see anything overturning the effects of slavery for the African American community. The Jim Crow, that inferiority institution that caused us to underperform because we lacked self-confidence, much like Marcus Garvey tried to establish in us. The Willie Lynch theory, where we were divided and conquered, and now we struggle in the 21st century to unify and to partner. And the last thing is the intellectual apathy movement, where they focus, where the community became more focused on physical performance than intellectual development. So those are the 4 things that we're coming against in all things that we do. But the 6 elements, the 6 pillars that we identified to say that we can overturn the effects of slavery, Jim Crow, Willie Lynch, intellectual apathy, and all in those 4 things, that encompasses like most or all of the negative causes that hold our community back. Okay? So this is how we're going to overturn those things. We said that we're going to establish healthy people who can perform at their capacities. Next, we said that we were going to develop people who were effectively educated, not just book smart, but street smart as well. They understand the society that which they live in. Third, we said that we were going to establish prosperous communities. We were going to allow people to understand and teach them, remind them that they're part of a community and it's good to function like so. Isolated, you're weak. But together, you can fortify yourself and you're much stronger. The 4th thing is accountability systems. Nobody holds you accountable. Nobody's going to cause you to take care of your business. You are going to have to do that for yourself. So that fourth element is accountability. Now the fifth one is legacy. What's your enduring legacy? What drives you to work your hardest? What reputation are you going to leave behind at the end of your life? But better yet, at the end of each day, at the end of each activity or thing that you're involved in. You want to do your very best to leave a lasting trail of positivity so that people remember you in a positive way. All right? The last thing is economic sense. In the ULA, we partner. We pool our resources. We develop the businesses that we talk about. We don't stand around expecting other people to move grocery stores in our community. We partner. We pool our resources. We share the reward. We share the risk. We expedite our growth. Together, we will change the world, and that's how we see it. But it was through the Willie Lynch theory that they enacted that divided us. It conquered us, but it's not going to do it anymore because the ULA is here and we have strong systemic programs that are structured, they're planned, they're repetitious, just like exercise is. It's structured, planned, and repetitious, and by which that's how we will overcome these negative movements that have gripped our society. Now, having said that, I'm going to do a real quick activity with you guys so that you can understand some of the things that some of the exercises that we do to help our children, and not just our children, and our community understand what it is that we must do. Accountability is to swiftly fulfill an obligation. You have to swiftly take care of your business. Nobody else is going to take care of it for you. But what business should I be taking care of? Being effectively educated. Some people work really hard. They become pretty affluent, yet they do not become educated, effectively educated. Because if your effort, as smart as you are, maximizes somebody else's fort more so than your own, it builds their life and gives them more influence than your effort gives you strength financially, economically, and in power, then you're not effectively educated and you're like a puppet. And we don't want that. We want all people to establish goodness for themselves and to help others. This is a selfless act. Now, we're going to ask you a few questions in our Soul Power Survey. Accountability will not take place unless you hold yourself accountable. I've been in here all night, and it's like I said, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. I never knew this place had so many creepy crawlies. We don't see them during the day, but we see a few tonight. Anyway, keeping my feet off the ground. But just to talk about some of the things that we do so that our people become self-driven. Nobody's going to take care of your business for you. To be self-driven is someone who's hungry, who wants something for themselves. They're motivated